Hello everyone, Josh first back again and bring you guys some more Black Clover Phantom Knights, and today we're going to be talking about some of the good 4-stars in the game. We've already dedicated a video to, the tier list for the 5-star heroes in the game. We've already talked about the 3-star heroes in the game, so obviously we're going to be here to talk about the 4-stars. Speaking of 4-stars, every boy Leo. So anyways, let's go ahead and jump into our actual character list here. So, some of the 4-stars that we're going to be talking about, we're not going to be talking about all of them, there'd be way too many. Some of them are not very good, but we're going to be talking about some of the good ones. So, obviously, we're going to start off with, you know who it is, our boy, Leopold. Obviously, he's the best overall, pound for pound, best 4-star in the entire game. What doesn't he do is a better question. You can see here, mine is finally 5-star, yay! Still trying to get him the 6-star, but he has multi-hit within range. He's got pretty good range as well on his Spiral Flames Arcane Art. If I could talk right, I'll back you up. It's arguably one of the best, if not the best, especially in Global right now, leader skills in the game. Raises crit rate of AOM participants large based on the number of AOM participants short. So short period of time, but his crit rate boost is just insanity. Pretty much when you activate this skill and you have a proper formation, you're going to be getting guaranteed crits until, of course, the buff wears off. So just absolutely insanity. And if you pair that up with one of the best formations in the game, Black Bull formation, which ups your crit rate, if you swap to your Black Bull formation and then trigger this AOM leader skill, you're going to be doing a ton of damage, and I mean a ton. On top of the fact that Leo's going to do a lot of damage in the first place because he has a high base attack stat when you max him out to 6 stars. I believe it's like 610 at level 1. Something crazy like that. Pretty ridiculous. He's got Exploding Flames, damage medium enemies in range. He's got very good range on that as well. How interesting. Raise own attack large for a short period of time, and his Arcane Art gauge small. So he's boosting up himself very, very well. So he's kind of got like some efficient traits to himself. He's got crit rate up for everybody on his leader skill. He can do multiple damage. He's got good range. Just an absolute crazy 4-star hero. At 6-star, he gets Violent Flames, inflicts slip on an enemy for a short period of time, and small chance, I believe. So there you go. Just a little bit of everything. Obviously, all of these will go up the more development you put into them, get them up to max 6-star, like it is with most. And then his dungeon, Blazing Pillars, one of the best DPS relics in the game. And I mean, even like if you go as far into JP right now, this is still one of the better relics in the entire game for DPS heroes. So just, the dude's giving you a super good 6-star relic that you can equip to any of your DPSs. He's got such good abilities. He's got multi-hit for high damage on his Arcane Art. He can raise his own Arcane Art gauge. He can raise his own attack. He raises your entire team's crit rate. If you want DPS, you want Leo. I mean, absolutely insane 4-star. Now, another 4-star we're going to just briefly mention, because I actually made this mistake in my 3-star video, was Gotch. We actually put him in that video because me being an idiot thought he was a 3-star for some reason, but he's actually a 4-star hero. Where'd he go? Right here. So Gotch, obviously very solid 4-star hero. His dungeon relic is super good, so another solid relic to have to your collection. And then his abilities aren't too bad either. His leader skill is very interesting. Raises blue gem drop rates during AOM, which of course will increase your Arcane Art. So if you want to try and play around with some of that, that would be pretty interesting. He's got a low chance to counter. He's got damage enemies and target. Increase the number of actions and lower own attack and defense. Nothing too good there on his ability 3 in my opinion. But he does have a multi-hit as well on his Arcane. I almost said S1. So he's not too bad for what he does, but you're not really wanting to utilize him in your actual team. What you're really after with him is his dungeon relic. His dungeon relic is where you're, really wanting to get with him. So, and we talked more about him in that 3-star video, so I don't want to go too much into him, but some of these 4-star heroes, you're not looking at them for what they're going to do in your team, but sometimes what they can offer you relic-wise, because some of these 4-star units, building them up, and getting him to a certain point in your Grimoire boards, you can unlock some fantastic relics. Some characters such as Leo, which are a very rare case, have really good skill sets where you want to put them in your team and a good relic on top of that. So it's kind of different. It kind of differentiates between, you know, some of these different units and what they actually mean to you in your account. But in the case of Gotch, he's not super good as a character per se, but his relic is definitely worth getting up to 5-star, clearing out that part of the board and getting his relic, because I mean, it's so good. And then of course with Leo, he's just good in everything possible. All right, so some other good 4-star heroes. We have Lily. A lot of people like to call her Sister Lily, because that's what she is in the anime and manga, but they just call her Lily in here. So she is a healer. She's in the pigeon formation, in the star formation. You're not really going to use either of those formations too often, if at all, but her abilities are pretty good. She's got Holy Tears, her arcane art, full range, heal status effects of allies in range, which basically just everyone, because her range, you can see the board is full. Raise Wisdom short for fairly long. Now again, these you know, small, medium, large, and all that will actually go up when you put more investment into her. As you can see, her arcane art is only level 1, because I've done no investment into her at all until I get her up to like a 6-star. And the fact that she's going to be raising Wisdom and healing status effects, so it basically has a cleanse on that as well. Very good. Very good heal support right there. And raising Wisdom is phenomenal, because that means more heals, more buffs, means better chance of winning. Heal AOM participants small. You're not really going to probably utilize their leader skill. Healing Prayer heals, restore HP XL to an ally. Again, that is only ability level 1. When you get that up to a higher ability, it's going to go up even higher. So she's going to almost damn near, if not always, just fully heal an ally, which is really good. Holy Fist of Love, damage small to an enemy. You're not really going to be utilizing her damage-wise. And then her Waterfront Lullaby, low chance to inflict sleep on an enemy short. Of course, that will also be enhanced when you max her out at 6 stars. So, very good skill set for a healer / support unit. What you're really going to be after with her is this right here, the Healing Prayer, and of course her Arcane Art, which is phenomenal. So, very solid 4-star healer. You max her out at 6-star eventually. You might even run her over a 6-star Noelle. Just a very good unit. Very solid. And then her formation, of course, a Sky Blue Star, which you guys may or may not use that much. It depends. There's a lot of different combos you can set up with different formations. So I'll leave that to all of you to decide how you want to run those. Get very creative, guys. Sometimes it's best to just have fun, right? So that's another good 4-star hero. And then we have our boy here, Kioto. He is a tank. I prefer him over Soul. Soul is a 4-star tank as well, but I feel like he does his role a lot better. He is in formation type Shark and Whale. His abilities are Sea God Slash, Let's Dance, Dance of the Blue Sea, Dance of Raging Waves, and Dance of the Whirling Tides. Now, Dance of the Whirling Tides will do damage to an enemy and lower speed. Dance of the Raging Waves will damage enemies in range. Gain damage immunity, excluding arcane arts, obviously for very short. Of course, that'll go up with the higher level of the ability when you, of course, max enhance them. So, built-in immunity for damage is always, in my opinion, just something very good that a tank should have. They should have some kind of defensive improvement, some HP improvement, some kind of damage immunity, something to keep them alive alone and not have to rely fully on healers and other units, because then they're not really a good tank. So he's doing his job very well in the fact that he's lowering speed, he's gaining damage immunity, he's lowering attack of enemies in range, and raises own heat, which is basically like a taunt. So he's going to be taking more damage, which is what you want a tank to do. There's supposed to be a big wall keeping the rest of your units protected from damage. So he's doing all of that you would like him to have in his skill set. Very good. He raises AOM participants' attack and speed. You know, again, you're not going to use him for a leader skill. And Sea of God Slash, damage to enemies in range. You're not going to be using him too much for damage, but at least he does have mid and long range within that arcane art. So if they're, you know, if they are kind of low on HP, he can at least provide you with just a little bit more DPS to kind of help. But his abilities are where he's really good at. It helps a lot that he has, you know, built-in immunities and decreasing speeds and attacks. So he's doing his job well as a tank for a 4-star. So not too bad. Definitely better than 3-star Klaus, which we showcased him the other day in a live stream, and we proved that Klaus 3-star is not a good tank at all, not even a little bit. He has a great relic, but he as a character is trash. So thankfully there are a couple decent 4-star tanks. Obviously I prefer Kioto over Soul, so we're not going to really talk about Soul in this video, but she's another 4-star. I just feel that he does a job better. And then he also has the formation Cobalt Shark, which is an offensive type 6-star formation, which you guys can see here. And that's it for Kioto. Very solid unit for a tank if you're looking for a good cheap tank. If you don't have a Henry or a Mars and you need just somebody to stand up there and hopefully help out a little bit, Kioto might be the way to go. Klaus, not so much. I'd run 2 healers before I run Klaus. Just Klaus is no good. Sorry, Klaus. I know you're right there looking at me like, yo, bro, what are you saying, man? No, your relic is good, Klaus, but you as a character are doo-doo. All right, so another decent 4-star here, I would say, is Charme. And I cannot wait to get Charme to 6-star. Not only is she in the bull formation, which only helps with her arcane art, she's also a very hard hitter. Okay, let's go take a look at some of her abilities. And her relic's also pretty decent as well. Got to get her to 6-star first to get that. Unfortunately, the Cap of Chance, very decent. I wouldn't say it's one of the best artifacts, but it's relics, but it's definitely decent. But let's go to her abilities. So, she has Sleepy Sheep Tragedy, multi-hit an enemy, and then of course multi-hit with a higher damage output with Formation Match, which you're going to have if you've, of course, re-rolled properly and you got your bull formation. There you go. I said no is her leader's skill. You know what? I don't even know who's even asking her for anything, but she said no. But I'll tell you who she didn't say no to, and you know who it is. I hope you guys got that little joke. Probably a bad joke, but hey, you get what I'm saying. Low chance to extend enemies sleep based on number of AoE participants. You're not really going to use her for a leader either. You're not going to really use any of these 4-stars for a healer, to be honest, outside of Leo, of course. Strike of the Sleeping Sheep. Damage enemies in range. She got very good range, honestly, on her ability 1. And her arcane art multi-hits on single targets. I like those for like the mini-boss and boss fight type of stages. Those are very good. She has multi-hit an enemy on her Sheep Cook. And she has inflict sleep on an enemy fairly long. Will wake up when attacked. So this could be very good for stages where they change a lot of their formations constantly. Like you hit an enemy in the front row, they change the formation, put them in the back row. Now they're going to be asleep for a long period of time. And as long as none of your units hit them, it's going to kind of take that unit out of the fight for a bit, allowing you to focus on some of the other units in the front and second rows perhaps. So could be, it's a situational ability 3, but it could be clutch. But outside of that, she's just pure damage, and I don't mind that. And again, solid relic, solid damage output. She's a 4-star, so easier to get to a 6-star than a natural 5-star. Very solid 4-star unit. I cannot wait to get her to 6-star, and I think I'm fairly close. Yeah, I'm so close. I need to pour her one more time and then somehow get one more additional sheet, and then I can make her a 6-star. And I cannot wait because I really want to run her in gray together, transforming gray, which we found out in one of I believe my last stream. We hit with her for 36, almost 37k damage, transforming 3-star gray. This gray right here. And now I regret not talking about her in my 3-star video, but you know, we just threw her in. We gave her a little bit of a love right there, you know. So guys, that's some of the good 4-stars in the game right now that are pretty decent, to be honest. Another one you could really build up here is Voltos. Now, it's not so much that Voltos is good, it's the fact that you want his Dungeon Relic. Because this is by far, I believe, at the current stage of Global, Voltos has the best relic for healer type units. And of course, you got to get them to 6-star first. So honestly, that's really what you want to do with Voltos. If you get them to a 6-star, put them as your deployment leader and go and farm up that relic because it's going to be super good on your healers. Ability wise, raises wisdom to XL based on a number of AoE participants short. If you want to build a tanky team, let's just say you want to have some fun and build a super tanky team, using him as your leader might not be a bad option because he's going to give you all that wisdom, which means if you're running a bunch of tanks and healers on that team as well, they're just going to be doing so much healing and so much buffing. It's going to be ridiculous. Gives damage immunity excluding AA to allies in range, which is full range. So his Vanishing Black is not too bad. Gives damage immunity excluding Arcane Art to allies in range. Extra small. Obviously, that'll go up when you raise his Arcane Art level to, I believe, up to 3 or so. It was either 3 or 4. And then he's got some other various abilities. But getting him to a 6-star, that's going to be your first objective, because getting that relic is so good for healers. So not a bad option here with Voltos. And another one from the Midnight Sun that I really do like. Where was she? There she is. I believe it was Catherine. Is it Catherine? Yeah. She has a pretty interesting relic. Very low chance to inflict stun, very short. I believe that goes to very low chance to inflict stun permanent, which could be very, very good for a tank-like unit that is just going to be sitting in the front row taking a lot of abuse. So you're going to have a high chance of, perhaps inflict stun on them. But very interesting. Not the best, though. Very low chance, could be a little bit too low to actually go off efficiently. But if it's being put on a unit that is either going to be, that has high speed and is going to do a lot of different things, or is going to sit there and take a hit constantly, could be something useful. But her abilities are also pretty interesting. Lower defense and speed, medium of enemies in range. Front row, it looks like, to possible mid. Yeah, it's really hard to sometimes understand these ranges, because they're using an actual 3x3 board instead of a 3x4 board that the actual in-game uses, which is just really weird for a graphic. They definitely need to work on that. But lowering defense and speed could be clutch. Absorb AOM participants, Arcane Art gauge, and boost own gauge. Very interesting there. Low chance to absorb an enemy's AA gauge. Large. No effect if target is empty. So this could be a very situational skill. Could be good in stages like Rades and Rill, though, where they're going to be spamming their AA constantly. Especially if you get it down to like a 5-on-1 fight and it's just them left and you just want to deal with them quickly. That might be a good way to kind of shut that down, perhaps. Low chance to inflict slip on an enemy. Not too high on this one. And raise an enemy's hate. If you're trying to isolate a unit, doing that would be okay. But I really do like her. Her ability 1 seems interesting, and I really do like her Arcane Art. But outside of that, not too much. Like I said, she does have an interesting relic as well, and she is a jammer, obviously, so she's a debuffer, and she's part of the Midnight Sun. I believe that was it. There are some other 4-stars that we have not talked about, mostly just because I don't feel like they're all that good, or they're lacking something, or maybe I just have not had time to sit there and look into them as I'd like to. But I know for instance, Soul, not too great. I prefer Kioto over her, like I said. Who did we just click? Rip the Dream, Lotus. So I think that should be about it. Oh! I completely forgot about Vanessa. I just saw Vanessa. I was about ready to end the video and say that was it for now, guys. But I almost forgot about one of the better 4-stars to get to a 5-star at least in the entire game. What am I doing? Vanessa has a relic that is beautiful. Gain damage immunity and raise speed extra small permanent. I'm going to show you what that looks like at max here in a moment. This artifact could be super good for when PvP comes out, guys. This could be a very tilty relic to have when PvP first drops. And we're going to show you why when we see the max information at level 5. I'll show you that in a moment. Ability-wise, though, multi-hit an enemy. Large, obviously, if you're running bull formation, which a lot of you probably will be. Raise an ally's attack. So, nice little buff there. Damage an enemy. Raise own crit damage. So there's potential for some damage there, especially if you're running Leo as a lead. You get her crit rate up, and then you're using the bull formation for crit damage, and then she raises her own crit damage. She might actually have a little bit of a damage output there for you as well. Not too bad. And then, of course, damage enemies in range. And she's got a really good mid-range there. Single target there. Raising an ally's attack. Medium short, obviously, that's level 1 ability. Could go up higher. So she's going to be a really good buffer in your Black Bull team as well. Not to mention her super, super good relic. So, guys, don't sleep on 3 stars and 4 stars in this game. It seems like they did a pretty good job of making 3-star heroes, 4-star heroes, and 5-star heroes very good, and some of them in their own ways, either by getting relics from certain units, their skill sets, what some of their leader skills can provide you. For specific stages, some of these units might shine more so than others. I like it. There's a good variety here. There's some bad 3 stars, there's some bad 4 stars, and there's some bad 5 stars. But there's also some good of all 3 as well. And I like that. I like diversity. A game that's saying, hey, you got to run these same 2 units for everything forever is no fun to me. So being able to play around with 3, 4, and 5 stars, I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. All right. So let me go ahead and show you guys artifacts, or those relics real quick. And then we'll get out of here. So let's go over here. All right. So you'll see some of the relics I want to show you. This one in particular right here. Look at this. This is Vanessa's artifact, the Enchanted Scarf. Gain damage immunity 3XL. Raise speed XL permanent. So at the start of a fight, especially in PvP, you're going to be pretty tilty to deal with because you're gaining damage immunity. And I do believe this also gives you damage immunity against arcane arts. So I'm not too sure what the time frame is on damage immunity 3XL, but at least at the very start, you're going to be able to do some damage to players that do not have this on their team. If you do not have this yet, I would definitely try and give Vanessa the 5-star if you can. And if you already have, then you need to get her supply skill, and you need to go ahead into her relic shop and buy this bad boy. I think you have to wait about 2.5 hours each to buy them. I'm already working on a second one. I want to have 2 copies. And then I'll be fine with that. And yeah, so very, very cool. Now, I believe this is the Gotch drop right here. The low chance to counter permanent. I like this one. Again, it's a low chance, not a big fan of the low chance, but counter to me seems really, really good. I want to put that on a strong DPS unit with single target damage, like a Black Asta, for example. Very, very good. Or even like a Yami, Captain Yami. Not too bad. You could even put that on your upgrade transformation, or even your Charme, your 4-star Charme. Could be a very good artifact. I keep saying artifact. How many times have I said artifact? I don't know. You guys should take a drink every time I say it. You're probably all drunk by now. So then you'll hopefully at the end of the video forget I'm saying artifact and think I'm saying relic because you're so drunk. But who knows? And I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. You guys already know some of the stuff here, especially the 5 stars, the 4 stars, and the 3 stars. I've talked about all of it on the game. So there you guys go. That is some of the best 4 stars currently in the game, in my opinion, based on skill sets, usability, and what they offer to you relic-wise or formation-wise. So hope you guys all enjoyed. Don't forget to tick notifications, subscribe if you're new. Drop down into the comment section, leave a comment what you guys think. What's your favorite 4-star hero in the game? Besides Leo, because we already know about Leo. So let's try to exclude Leo from the comments. And if you're using any of these other units, let me know how well they're performing. Did I leave any out that you feel may have deserved to be talked about more in today's video? Also, don't forget to like the video if you did, and I'm going to catch you all in the next one. Hope you're all enjoying your Monday. Until then, peace.